right. Peace and blessings. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Reading is Freedom podcast, where we come to unlock our minds and reclaim our power. I am your most gracious host, Miss Sasha. And I want to share with you guys something that we definitely need to be thinking about right now before it comes very quickly, which is the summertime. All right. Summer's coming, y'all. Summer is coming. And I know we get prepared for our beach bodies. Those of us who are workout buffs, we are like staying in the gym. We're trying to make sure that we are beach body ready. We are getting our travel plans already set up. We know where we're going to go, whether we are going to stay in the country, going out the country, wherever we are planning to do. Well, I want us to take that same attitude towards making sure that our children are going to be prepared this summer as it pertains to reading. There is something called the summer slide. And for those of you who are familiar with my content, you know I talk about the summer slide pretty often. And the summer slide is when our children's reading levels go down, the math levels go down too, but the reading levels go down, which we need reading for everything that we do. And they dip because our children are not getting immersed into reading and different literacy, enriching literacy activities throughout the summer. You have kids who they have reading lists. You have, especially, you have some of the better schools that, whether they're private schools or whether they're just happen to be a really, really good school, and they make sure that the kids have reading lists. They make sure they get books, reading logs. They are gearing and priming those students to be prepared. But what I say to you, especially my parents who have their children in schools that are not the best, in fact, a lot of them are horrible. Do not depend on the schools to have your babies be prepared when it comes to reading. You have the power as the parent because remember, we are our children's first teacher. So, what I need for you all to do is to be intentional this summer. Before summer even starts, you can do this one thing, this one simple thing. Create a cozy space in your home dedicated to reading. Space and environment and how our environment feels and what it looks like means everything. And we know this, right, for ourselves. When you walk into an environment where it is not clean, it is extremely disorganized, it doesn't smell good, it's just stuff is everywhere, you start to feel funny. You may even start to get mad and angry. You're like, oh my God. You find yourself, if this is a space where, some people, you've been over families' houses like that, and it has that kind of environment, you tend to see people's attitudes. They are, disgusted. That's when you see an uptick of arguments and fights, all of those things. So we know about what a space and environment can do to a person's mood. But what I am submitting to you is that you can create this beautiful, awesome mood of relaxation and comfort for your child by making a cozy space dedicated to reading. Well, what does that look like? Well, it can look like what you want it to look like, but I can give you a few suggestions. Have some bean bags, soft pillows, cozy covers and blankets. Make a makeshift tent. You can either do that with materials that you have, maybe go to a fabric store, or you can just simply go get some type of already tent that's made that is, dedicated to a reading space. So that literally, this right here is something that can absolutely change and transform your child's attitude towards reading. A lot of times our kids are saying things like they hate reading. Why do I gotta read? I don't want to read this book. A lot of it is because they have not been cultivated with a positive attitude towards literacy. They have been cultivated to believe that literacy and reading is only connected to passing a test. That's why when our kids come out of the school and you may ask them, well, what did you learn? When they say, I don't know, they literally, a lot of them don't remember because it's not a space where it's cultivated for them to love to learn. It's about you got to get this information. I got to make sure that I give it to you. That's why you'll have teachers, they may say, I don't have time to read aloud. Like, how are you a teacher? And we understand the power of reading aloud, and you don't have time to incorporate a read aloud in your classroom, especially if you're an English teacher or some type of reading teacher. Reading aloud, that should be mandated. It should be like a read aloud monitor coming to the classrooms. Did you read aloud today? Okay, I need to make sure you read aloud. Or they have a camera or something making sure that their teacher's reading aloud. I'm just saying. Especially this is a study that was done well over 40 years ago, where they had this national reading panel that said that reading aloud is the single most predictor of a child's reading success. So again, we have the power though. I can go on and on about what they ain't doing, and this is what they said, and how they not preparing our kids, and how they got it wrong. I can go down they lane all day long. But inshallah, God willing, that's why I call this the Reading is Freedom podcast, because my mind is on liberation. Of course, I'm going to talk about the problem, because in order for us to understand how to solve something, we got to know what the problem is. Identification, correct? So I got that piece, but I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to make sure that I'm giving you all the tools so that you all understand that we're in this together and we have the power. We have the power to be able to change the trajectory of our children when it comes to them being on the path to success, baby. Okay? So, again, make that one small change in your home. What does that look like? Creating a comfortable, cozy, relaxing space for them to be able to enjoy and get immersed in a book. So I hope you all benefited and gained from this information that I gave you guys. And I hope you all enjoyed it as well. All right. So you all take care. And remember, please, to keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. My name is Miss Aisha, and this has been another episode of the Reading is Freedom podcast. Take care. Peace. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to another episode of the Reading is Freedom podcast with your host, Miss Aisha. And I want you guys to remember to click those links that I put in the description. I'm always sharing with everybody that I'm a pre-K through fourth grade reading tutor. If you are looking for that reading tutor for your baby, especially now summer is coming, please go to my website, abclearntutoring.com. Also, I'm the founder executive director of ABC Read, which is a nonprofit organization that I've been blessed to start over 10 years ago. We've been impacting our community here in the greater Cleveland area for over a decade, you guys, because we are in the business of combating this high levels of illiteracy that has been plaguing our Black and underserved communities. Go to abcread.org if you would love to make your donation. And I'm also a co-author of this book here, Her Healed, Empowered, Resilient, you guys. My chapter, Escaping the Fear Trap House. Please go grab your copy from Amazon today. All right. And if you are looking for the merch, please go to readingisfreedommovement.com as well. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video. I need you to do that, please. And remember that reading is not optional. All right. So you guys take care, and remember, reading is freedom. Peace.